Okay, guys, from the previous class, we learned how to cut a pencil skirt. Okay, this is the pencil skirt. All right, we drafted from the previous class. So if you have not seen the video, please kindly check on the channel. You will see the video on how we drafted this pencil skirts. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to be learning how to cut a lining for your pencil skirts and how to attach the lining to the pencil skirts. Okay, to make it a whole skirt. So if you have not seen this video on how to cut the skirt, please check the channel. I'm also going to drop the link on the description box, on the description below. Okay, so you get your breath. It's very explicit. So welcome to Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. My name remains First Abraham, Creative Director of Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. Here on this channel, we upload sewing tutorials, hair tutorials, and then short African stories, African tales for your entertainment benefits. Okay, so please do have to subscribe because you have a lot to learn from this channel, and tap on the bell so the bell gets you notified each time videos are dropped on this channel. Right. So I will pick up the front panel. This is the front panel of the skirt, and then we'll cut the lining for it. So I fold my lining into two like this using the measurements I use for my skirts. And then I pick up my skirt. My skirt is still folded into two. I'll just place it like this basically, guys. Okay? I'll just place it like this, making sure that it is properly aligned. Okay? Properly aligned. So you don't run in short of lining. You see it's properly aligned. You can even go ahead to pin it down. I have my pin, I remove it from the main fabric, and then I pin it to my lining so that it stays in place for me. I'll do the same to this part. Okay, all right, so this is it, guys. I'll just go ahead right now to cut. So we've cut out for the front panel. Okay, we are going to come back to cut for the second back panel. So I'll just take you through something right now. So we'll come to the bottom part of the skirt. Okay, come to the bottom part. We'll come to the bottom part. I'll lift up my main fabric, and then I'm going to mark 1 inch for my skirt. Okay, so this is my ruler. It's just an inch. I'm just going to use it. You see, the ruler is 1 inch. Okay, I'm just going to use it, or I'll just use the tape directly. Okay, so let me use 1.5. Let me deduct 1.5. Remember, if when we were cutting the main fabric, we added 2 inches seam allowance to it. Okay, so we are going to deduct 1.5 inch from the lining. This deduction will give you proper finishing. The inner part of your skirt is really going to be looking very neat and professionally finished. Okay, because it's going to pull in a part of this fabric and make it look very beautiful. I recommend that you do this all the time you work on your garments. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch. So we'll do this for the front panel for this lining and also do it for the back lining. Okay, so I'll just connect this. Please make sure you use rulers when you are working. I'm not a fan of trying to do a freehand ruling, especially when it comes to straight lines. It is very, very imperative. I recommend that you have rulers and use rulers. Okay, it does not mean that you don't know what you are doing. So we cut this out, and then the lining is now shorter than the main fabric by 1.5 inch. So we keep this aside, and then we cut for the back panel. My lining looks a bit short here, but let me see what magic I will manipulate right away. Come with me and see how to manage linings and fabric. What I'm looking for, the back panel is about 17 inches. Okay, so I'm still taking it. Okay, so I'll bring my back panel and measure the length of my back panel and see if this will work for me. So this is not working for me, guys. Let me see here. So I can actually cut it one after the other. I don't have to fold. So I cut it twice, okay? So I place it like this and then I cut it out. Okay, hope you're learning how to manage fabrics. Okay, so I'll place it like this and then I'll cut it out. I'll cut it twice. So I'll just notch the zipper. I'll just notch the zipper allowance area. So I'll keep this away. I'll take this and look for another place that accommodates it. Yeah, you should be able to accommodate it. So I just place it like this. So you see, I have what I'm looking for. So I just place it like this. Right, you see? I've got what I'm looking for. Hey, so subscribe, guys, if you're not. You see, we don't cut corners here. We don't hide anything from you. That is it, guys. I'll notch the zip area again. And then the same deduction we did for the front panel, we're also going to do it here. 1.5. So this is how to cut your lining. The next thing is for you to join after cutting. There are actually different ways of joining this, but we'll just do one in this class. So that's for that, guys. We are done cutting both our main fabric and our lining. The next thing for us to do right now is I bring back the joining process. Okay, so this is the front panel. Okay, we'll first of all take our darts. Okay, first of all take our darts. We'll take our darts both for the we are darting both the main fabric and the lining differently. Okay, so this is the main fabric. Open it up. Okay, so you see my notch. That's why it's good to be notching. This is one notch. This is another notch for your darts. Okay, so I'm going to take my darts, fold it like this, following the line. It was 0.5 inch that we allocated, and then I'm going to sew it. So this is how to fold it. You follow the line that is there, okay, to your 6 inches. I mentioned that in the drafting of this fabric. So this is your ½ inch. So you're going to sew like this, slantily, and then it will vanish into your 6 inch. That's how to sew. Take your dart, okay? You take it ½ inch and sew it like this. You pencil it, okay? You do it to this side. You come to this side. We already have it here. And then you sew. Okay, that's first step. Whatever you do here is what we do to the lining. It's the same thing you will do to the back panel. For the back panel, you will first of all measure out your zippers allowance, which is 2 inches, remember, and then do your darts. Okay, so I'm going to do mine and then come back. Then after doing that, let me just show you at once. After taking your dart, the next thing for you to do is to open up your fabric. This is the front panel. Okay, this is the lining. So you place it like this. The right parts of the lining at this point to be able to identify the right part, because you already have your darts sewn, so you know the right parts and the wrong parts. So the right part, which is where the seam of your darts is, you will place it on the right part of your fabric this way. Okay, and then you will first of all sew the bottom parts like this. Okay, when we get there I will show you so you're not confused. Okay, so guys, after fixing your darts, okay, this is my darts. I've taken it. I also took for the lining. This is the inner part of the lining, and this is the inner part of the main fabric. So right now, this is the right part of my fabric. And then for the lining, like I said earlier, this has not happened to be the right part by virtue of your dart taking. So I place it lining on fabric, the right part meeting with the right part. Okay, I place it this way. By default, because of the fact that we deducted 1 inch from the lining, you remember? So by default, the fabric will be longer than the lining. So you will put your lining down this way. Okay? You put it down to meet with your fabric, and then you will sew using a 0.5 inch to sew. So I'm going to use a 0.5 inch. Please ensure that you use your tape rule to measure. Ensure that you measure, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So that when you are joining the front panel and the back panel, everything will be equal. I'll come down here. I need to be sure of my so after sewing, by default again, it will be shorter up here because you've pulled it to be equal at the bottom. So what you will do is So pull the lining to be equal with the waistline now, and then you pin it. Okay, always endeavor to pin. I'm gonna pin. I'm gonna pin. You will have excess of your main fabric when you are done pinning. Okay, so you see, we have excess here. We have excess here. That is what we are trying to achieve. So that's excess. You will just systematically arrange it and fold it. Okay. So I mentioned to you earlier that we were meant to pull in the main fabric. That's what just happened here for neat finishing. Okay. This is it. This is at 1.5. We pulled it in. And then I'm going to sew using a 0.5 inch. The same thing I am doing for this front panel is what we also do for the back panel. Okay. There are no differences. So whatever I'm doing to this, and we do to the back panel. So this is the other side. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'll pin the cup, and then I'll come and start sewing from the bottom parts. This is my fold in. So whatever I'm doing here is what I'll do for the back panel, okay? After sewing, you turn it inside out, and then we'll go and iron. So I'm going to give it a very good ironing. I will do the same to the back panel and iron, and then I'll show you the outcome and what's next to do. So you see the bottom part. This is what we are also trying. You see how neat it is. Okay. Okay, guys. So we are done using a lining to turn the skirt. We've ironed, and you can see what it looks like. All neat and beautiful, right? You see the inner parts. You see the bottom parts. Everything is properly lined. Very neat. This is the back panel, right? This is the front panel. You see the inside. You see the bottom. Right, all the seams are in. So at this point now, you place your front panel the right side facing the up, and then you place your back panel on it. So right side of back panel facing right side of front panel. So we are going to shape it right now and complete our sewing. So this is what I did. You know, the back panel was 2 pieces. Okay, 2 pieces, 1, 2. This was how it was when we drafted. So when I was not using my lining to turn, I just sewed run a straight stitch on the zipper allowance. So at this point, your zipper allowance will be reduced to 1.5 inch, okay? Because you have used 0.5 inch to turn it, right? To sew it inside, okay? So your zipper allowance will now be remaining 1.5 inch, okay? So I sewed on that 1.5 inch down, you know, to hold the both 2 panels together and making it one. That was how we got this back panel. Hope you can relate, okay? So that about now. We just turn it this way, like this, and then I'm going to pin it down with my pin before we start shaping, okay? So you see everything is equal. No place or no angle is looking longer than the other. Okay, so I'm just going to pin it down like this, so that when I'm shaping, I'm going to use my long pin the needle. Okay, so please do well to subscribe if you have not yet. Subscribe, watch the short story videos. We have African Tale on the channel, so entertain yourself as you learn. Okay, give the video a like, a thumbs up, and share it to those that really need explicit tutorials such as this. Okay, so I'm still pinning. I'm still pinning. So at this point of shaping, right, when we are drafting, we divided our bodies by 4. We divided our waist by 4. We divided our hip by 4, right? So at this point, we're not going to divide by 4 anymore, but by 2, okay? By 2. So I'm going to divide my waist by 2. My waist is 33 inches. Divided by 2, I'm going to be having 16.5. And then whatever is left, I'm going to share it. The hip, 42 divided by 2, I'm going to be having 21. I'm going to be having 21. Okay, 21. Whatever I have, I'll just bring it down. So I just drew the line, the knee line. We want it to be more fitted. So on the hip was 42, or the hip is 42 right now. So I'm going to deduct 4 from 42. If we deduct 4 from 42, we're going to be having 38. Okay, to make it properly penciled. So that 38, we're going to share it into 2. We share 38 into 2, we're going to be having 19 inches. So whatever we have here, we'll bring it down. So we are going to connect our lines together now. So it is on this line you are going to go, and so on. So this is it, guys. Take it to your sewing machine and you sew on this line. And then we are almost done with this tutorial. The next thing will be to cut and fix the band. So I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine now and sew that. It's just a straight sewing following the line. We don't need to show that one on the video, okay? So guys, up next is how to fix the band on our skirts, okay? So you learn how to fix the band and how to, attach elastic to the sides of the skirt. There are some skirts or outfit that have elastic on both sides. So click on the link. The video is on the channel. Click on it. It's also in the description box. Check the channel, check the description box. You will see the video to how we fix this band and the elastic on the skirt. And this will bring us to the end of the tutorial. Do well to give a like, a thumbs up, and share this video. And we'll see you guys in our next tutorial video. Stay tuned. God bless you and have a blessed day ahead.